Hi guys, today we'll discuss one of the most important topics for every first-time builder. How to purchase materials and not spend crazy amount of money. How you can save. We, together with Eugene, spend millions every year. How much did we spend in 2024?
About $1 million.
Okay, the rule number one we are following every day, we compare prices. How many estimates usually we have to get to make final decision to buy from this supplier?
You should request at least 2 or 3 estimates from the supplier to compare any materials or a specific item. At first, of course, I sent letters to more than 10 different companies. Now this circle has narrowed, but you still need to check every time. Last week, I sent the same letter to different companies. It was Home Depot and macOS, and I got different prices. At macOS, the price was $10,000 higher. I double-checked all the items. Everything was the same at Home Depot and macOS. There were 3 estimates for lumber, LVL, and plywood. Each quote was $2,000 to $3,000 more than at Home Depot. Still, the price at macOS has always been higher, but I was really surprised by just how much higher it was. That doesn't mean I never buy from macOS. There are times when what matters more to me is that macOS delivers faster. It depends on the seasonality of discounts. Today you can buy, the refrigerator is cheaper on Build.com, and tomorrow the same refrigerator might be cheaper at Home Depot.
The one very good kind of approach, we always try to build personal relationship with the managers. So we don't believe in business with business. We believe in a business with a people-to-people relationship.
Funny story, when the manager I was working with quit, I wrote an open letter to the company saying that I needed metal, and they gave me one price. When I asked the new manager that I now wanted to work with this manager, I sent him the letter again, and he gave me a lower price. We saved about 15%, and I asked for an additional discount on the delivery. In the end, we saved just by sending one more letter, and the fact that I wasn't just working with a company, but with a specific person, and I'm still working with him, he responds faster, and it's more beneficial for us as a company. It's beneficial for him because he earns bonuses within his company. It's very important if you can meet offline, if there's such an opportunity. I have different selfies with our partners. For us, it's not hard to add some feedback, to write that this is a professional person and it's nice for him because he can earn some bonuses. I even had a funny story about delivery man with whom I took a photo so that he could receive a bonus. For me, it's just one selfie, but it makes him happy and we established a good connection.
Eugene make a post in Home Depot in review section on the Google Maps, and this post became so popular that every time when he is coming back to the store, they're saying like, oh, we remember you make this post, and every time we are getting discount just because of this post. That's how it's important to build personal relationship. One more hint when we are talking about price comparison, we always try to sign up for builder's account, right?
One more step when we talk about comparing with Bryce, especially in terms of quality and efficiency, we always try to follow builders' accounts, right? This way, it's easier to return a purchase or another item if needed. If you've made a purchase, you don't need to keep a paper archive. You can do everything electronically. If you have an open account, you can ask for a discount. There are 2 systems. Discounts are available when you accumulate bonuses, like at Home Depot, or Floor & Decor, where we buy tiles. You accumulate bonuses, and at the end of the year, you can use those bonuses to pay for tools or other materials. And there is a discount system. Just registering an account and signing up your company with an email can get you an immediate 15 to 20% discount.
I remember when we just started building in Austin, Texas 6-7 years ago. Usually you don't have this pro builder's account. You don't have a big discounts. You may find someone in your community, in your builders community, who are already a good pro builder. They have a good pro builder account with a lot of sales, and you may ask them to help you with the purchase. They can provide the discount. For them, it's nothing. For you, it's thousands of dollars. If you don't know anyone, we have a Facebook group. We have online programs for builders where there are a lot of people from different states. So there I will put several links. Join, ask people, save money. The rule number 2, we always ready for negotiations. We always ask them like, is it the final price, guys? What happens usually when you ask this question?
What usually happens when you ask this question, more often than not, you might find that discounts are either offered or discussed. This includes the delivery of materials, because if you calculate how much you spend every time on material delivery, you'll be really surprised that you're overpaying for delivery each time, and you can simply ask to remove the delivery with one question. It's $150 to $200 for one delivery. I can compare materials on the frame, for example, company A, company B, and come up in a company where the final cost is cheaper, but for some items they give a higher price. I can say, okay guys, you have a good price, but give me this price for this material where the buy company has it, because I can go to company buy and buy everything except for that board, which means that board will be cheaper there. I'll spend an hour of my time comparing all the prices, but in the end, we'll save $100.
Rule number 3, we called it double checking invoice and returns.
Yes, you need to check your accounts regularly for errors. Just because they will constantly try to push materials on you that you didn't ask for. For example, you go send over the house plan to request materials for the frame. And I ask, just give me the materials for the framing stage, meaning lumber, LVL, tracks, OSB. When I look at this invoice, I see drywall. They might list some unnecessary hangers that we don't use. That's something a professional would use. You also need to check, and not just the invoice for errors, you need to check the number of deliveries. This is a very important point. I had a funny incident when I ordered tiles for this house. I ordered tiles for this entire house and was billed for 4 different deliveries. It's not my problem as a client that there is no tile in one store. Why should I pay for tile from San Antonio, from Houston, if I came to buy offline in the same store?
How much delivery cost in that case?
Each delivery cost and about $200. Here, an important point came up that we mentioned to you earlier. I worked with a specific manager, and I told him that I wasn't okay with having to pay for 4 different deliveries. Sort this out. It's your job, not mine. And he got involved. He helped to solve this problem, and we ended up paying for 1 delivery, as we should have paid originally. But if I hadn't checked that invoice, and I hadn't noticed that we were being charged for 4 different deliveries, no one would have told me about it.
One more important point in this section when we are talking about the errors and returns is a return, basically. Why it's important? How much money you can save on returns?
We finished the framing stages on this week. I'm going to go and do all the drywall, and all the angles, all the plates. I think it will be around $300. It doesn't mean that we bought too much. For example, our framer, our worker says, buy me 2 boxes of hinders. They sell 50 pieces in 1 box. I bought him these 2 boxes so that he wouldn't have to count how many he specifically needed. I just asked him to put everything in a place so it wouldn't get rained on. I'll make the return and we'll save that money. If you bought a lot of material that you physically can't fit in your car and take away, for example, for the return you can request at the store for a loader to come. I loaded it onto the platform and took it away. It will cost you less than, it will be standing in the rain, it will get ruined, and you won't be able to use it.
And rule number 4, that makes sense for us, maybe it will make sense for you. We are trying to buy specific items from specific stores. So we are working with many providers. We are working with Florid Decor, Build.com, Home Depot, Crate and Barrel, Barbecue Guys, and many, many others. And for example, right now, this is an invoice from McCoy's. So tens of companies. And we always try to buy specific item in specific companies. Why?
All our stores are divided into 2 categories. For example, at Home Depot, we buy genetic items. These are the items we use every day. And there are stores like Build.com. Where do we buy everything for plumbing, welfare? We buy everything for lighting fixtures, all lamps, mirrors, showers. Landscape supply, where we buy everything for our landscape. So a specific store is responsible for a specific category of goods. Why, or is this important? They specialize in that. For example, if I go to my metal supplier, where I buy metal almost every day, they'll give me a better price, the best conditions, or hope we'll get this product delivered faster even. The managers of this store know all about it. If you come to the general store and Home Depot, it is unlikely that they will give you any specific advice.
And the rule number 5, it's, in my opinion, very tricky topic, balancing cost and quality. So what strategies we are using, what approaches we are using to find the balance?
You need to understand that you can't skimp on the basics. So you can't buy super cheap material for your foundation. You can't buy super cheap material for your framing. Just because this is the base, and you have to understand that this part has to be from good materials, because you're going to live in this house, or you have to provide a warranty for this house based on these materials. If you save on the little things, you save overall on building the house. One of those little things could be doorstops, for example. It seems like, how many doorstops do you really need? 20 pieces for one house. But if you look at Home Depot, each doorstop costs $5. If you go on Amazon, each doorstop will cost you, it's pocket change compared to one house. But what if you're building 5 houses a year? You can do the math on that. Also, my favorite example is with deck holders. You can check your account either at Home Depot or at another store to see how much and what kind of materials you're buying. More than anything, either in price or in quantity. And it surprised me that we spend too much money on holders. For decky, it seemed like a small thing, and you don't buy too much of it at one time. But by purchasing this material each time, I realized that we spend about $5,000 a year on these holders. I compared the price at Home Depot, checked the price online, and now I buy online because it's way cheaper. I have a very funny example where I saved $10 on a roll of tape, and I was very pleased that I had found the very material that I could save every day. We typically use blue tape, which costs $39 a pack, and here, I bought yellow tape, which costs $24 a pack. And I thought this is the best way to save, but it turned out differently when we used this tape to cover the flooring and protect it from water and dirt. What a surprise it was for us a few months later when we finished the house and started washing the house, that this tape does not wash off the parquet, and the glue from it was left all over the house. And we ended up spending more than $400 or $500 on extra cleaning because I saved $10 on a pack of tape. Of course, this is a lesson for us for life. From now on, we will only use good, reliable tape and avoid making such mistakes.
The one more step, I would say it's pretty advanced step. What we are doing to save money on materials, we import a lot of materials from abroad. We are working with Turkey, we are working with Poland, Ukraine, with several other European countries. And for example, for one of our houses, we ordered fireplace that was designed and produced in Ukraine. For one of our houses, Boho residence, we ordered marble from Turkey. And it's a long story, but we can save about 20–30% with much better quality. Some doors that we can buy here in the United States, they will be more expensive with a low quality than if we buy doors from some European countries. It will be whole wood, very stable, very durable doors that we cannot buy here, and or we spend a lot of money. But be very careful with imported materials. You cannot just go to your international Home Depot. You have to know providers. You have to trust them. We visit their locations several times. For example, in Turkey, we check their quality. We have a manager who works with us. They know how these items, these materials should be delivered. We have a container, how we can ship these materials. We know how to deal with this shipment. I remember we had several really funny cases when the truck that was full of the items, it was aligned to one side and they didn't want to deliver from Houston to Austin, right? No. So there are a lot of cases like this if you are importing materials. But again, can you save when you're importing from other countries? Yes, definitely, 20–30%. But is it easy? No, that's not easy. It requires additional skills, and that's basically what we share with some builders we're working with. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you, Eugene, for your wisdom, your experience, and let us know what questions you have. Leave comments, and see you guys later. Bye.